Okay, hi.
Hello.
I'm just gonna put out a video that just has all the family stuff we've been doing since early May. Um, After we left Temecula, we went to Oceanside, and then we just kind of stayed in the San Diego area until and we went to Brianna's graduation, and all the family came in, and we did all that. So you'll see pictures of that. And then we met up with Mark, Mike's cousin, and we drove up to Bishop on our way to his other cousin's house, Laura, which was in Yerington, Nevada. And so up there, we went to Virginia City and Lake Tahoe. That was nice.
Yeah, real nice.
And then we went over to my brother Scott's house, and he lives in Omo Ranch. It's south of Placerville a little bit, up in the mountains. And we stayed there. And then what happened to our RV?
We at some point, I'm not sure when, I think in Bishop, I had bumped my spare tire carrier and it was bent. So Scott was going to help me fix it. And so him and I got underneath, and it wound up being a real easy fix. But while we were down there, he was asking about the suspension, and so we started looking at it, and all of a sudden we noticed there's a bolt missing. So try to take about a week-long story and condense it down. We ordered the bolt, got the bolt coming in, took everything off, and realized that through these mountain passes and with that bolt missing, it could have been a whole lot more damage, but the brake was shot. It had been down into the disc and metal to metal for a little bit. So wound up then having to get some parts ordered in, and Scott helped me change out the disc and replace the bearings and all that. So thank you, Scott. Glad we were there. Glad you were there.
Yeah, so we were only going to be there about 4 days, and ended up we were there for a week waiting for parts and then for them to do it and all that stuff. And so I have a little hair sticking up right there. And then from there, we were going to head into Redding and go up to Lake Shasta Lake. But we realized the temperature was going to be in the hundreds.
Yeah.
And so we said, the heck with that. So we went more west towards the coast. So, and on our way up. So now we're on schedule. We went up through Eureka, and we're up near the border now, near Crescent City. But anyway, so I'm just going to throw out these pictures, and, if you're interested, look at it. If not, whatever. And then we'll catch you later after we finish up with the redwoods and go up to Crater Lake. So see you later.
Bye. And thanks, everybody.
Bye. Where are we at?
We are in Oceanside, walking out on the pier.
Yeah, we've never been here before, surprisingly. So we're gonna go check it out. did we learn about the burned out area at the end of the pier?
Oh, down at the end of the pier was a restaurant that had closed down and sat there for a little while, it sounds like, and then somebody bought it. And before they could rebuild it, burnt down. The guy had theories on why, but said that the structure was still good and they were going to rebuild something new out there. So.
Yeah, that's why it was all gated off at the end. All that's left are the pilings.
And he said last week the pilings weren't all white like they are now.
Full of bird poop.
Kristen, Brianna Baker.
Yay! The eastern side of the Sierras. Over there is Mount Whitney somewhere. But all these mountains over here are like 14,000 feet. They're really pretty. So we're on our way to Bishop. Say hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, this is Lake Tahoe. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. Okay, wave.
Hey.
Good job.
You cheated. Watch the bar.
Walls and floor would come together.
Okay, that might work out better.
Come on, Frankie. Frankie, come here. Come here, Frankie. There you go. Good Frankie. Little soy,
So when I
yes.
came back from
Soy.
down to Amanda's wedding, right? You know,
Yeah.
They were all over the top of me. Because of course, Patrizia stayed, so they were wondering where I was at.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, well, I guess I'll try to take a picture later. They are being somewhat cooperative, but now the ball's in the food
Hey,
and Luna.
Luna,
That's for Celeste.
Okay.
Luna. There we go.
Hello, hello. Okay, ring it.
Dinosaur turd.
What's it called, Scott?
A ringing rock.
That's trippy.
I mean, most rocks, just have a thump sound, right? Or a clunk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because these guys. That's
There you go. That's a rock.
that's what a
That's a
regular rock sounds like. These guys actually have a ring.
And you say this is normal. It's known to be found near gold.
Well,
Yeah.
that's. It seems the times I found them, that's where I found them.
Wow.
where gold is, they were mining gold. Yeah, so.